And on Alex Garrett Podcasting, I've got some breaking news for you tonight. Happy the elephant is not a person. I kid you not, this is what a court, in fact, the highest court in New York had ruled. The New York State Court of Appeals ruled that elephants are not human beings with constitutional rights. What happened was the Non-Human Rights Project, the Non-Human Rights Project, had challenged the Bronx Zoo's confinement of Happy, a 41-year-old elephant. They say that her treatment, they say that her intelligence should let her sue under habeas corpus rights against improper detention. Chief Judge Janet DeFiore said, nothing in our precedent, in fact, that of any other state or federal court provides support for the notion that writ of habeas corpus is or should be applicable to non-human animals. She shouldn't be let loose to roam the streets of New York City. But what the plaintiffs wanted was a relocation to a sanctuary. And DeFiore said that proves the difference between her and human litigants. So, basically, why not just strike a deal with the Bronx Zoo, Non-Human Rights Project, instead of go through all this? I mean, our tax dollars went to the courts to say an elephant is not a person. And that's the weird story of the day. But to me, something else is on my mind tonight. And I'm probably filing this under the adapting with Alex Garrett because there's so much stuff going on in the adapting world. I mean, I had got Able News from the Games Physically Challenged, and I'm going to pull through that and get people on from there, and we'll keep you posted on that. But this supply chain shortage obviously is still a thing. And I think people, including myself, are wanting to conserve medical supplies so we can keep them and not run out in case an order comes in later than it should. But I'm here to tell you tonight, do not conserve. Use every medical supply you need, you have at hand, and faith and trust that the supplies you ordered get in a timely manner. Fear is going to make us sicker, see. Because if you're afraid you won't get the medicine, or you're afraid you won't get a refill, or you're afraid that, medical supplies, devices you need won't get there on time because of the shortage, then we're doing a disservice to ourselves. Those who have medical needs should freely feel that they can use every medical device they need, whether it be a catheter, a colostomy, anything. They must be free to use their medical devices. And so I don't know if this is up to the media to just stop hyping up the supply chain shortage. I don't know if this is up to the administration to say, no, we're calming fears about all of this. But at the end of the day, it's a personal decision whether you want to be afraid of the low cost, of whether or not you can get your medical devices. At the end of the day, it's up to us to decide whether we're going to be saying we're not going to conserve our medical supplies because we know more will be coming. I know that there are stockpiles and basic medical supply shortages, even for healthcare systems and for hospitals. And I'm sure hospitals are still going through this drama. But personally, in my view, we must look for those that are saying we deliver to you in a timely manner. And I give shit to Amazon. Okay, I give shit to them about the unionization. But do you know, when I have to order my colostomy supplies, I can get in a day. They have a very fast delivery through Amazon Prime. And that's worth noting. Okay? That is worth noting. I can curse because I don't plan on being on, I don't have to censor myself on a podcast. Let me put it that way. But I just, by the way, reached out to Becker's Hospital Review. Seems like they got some interesting stuff there. And in my view, we must not be afraid of the supply shortage anymore. And I'm talking from experience, a personal experience, because I'm just like, well, I've got a limited amount of supplies here. What do? Do I conserve? Do I still use? Use every device you have with, as I said at the beginning, the faith that those other orders come in. We cannot let the fear of the outside world, of this supply chain shortage, of, possibly increased shortages as more, the truckers with the mandates and the port workers are dealing with their own stuff and their own complaints about being compensated for. We cannot let all of that worry us for those who have health issues. The number one thing, and the number one thing I try to do every day when I wake up, is what do I have to do to keep this kidney, my one, lasting longer and longer? How do I keep myself cleaner for the day? Because if we're afraid that we're going to run out of ostomy bags, for example. Hell, if people are afraid that they're going to run out of their own medicine and don't take them because they want to conserve, that's not the right way either. So, can we say this pandemic has really done a number to the health world, not just the workers, but the patients that either feel scared still, or that decided to take off from taking care of themselves during the pandemic? And now you add to it, the supply chain is a mess. Inflation is a mess. And that's a conversation of itself. And that's a conversation in and of itself. People are probably afraid of not being able to afford their medication with this inflation. People are probably afraid they can't, afford what they need to just survive the day. Because some of those people with health issues are not working right now. And I've always thought that we need a better healthcare system. We need a Big-Pharma to be humbled. And that includes lowering prices, especially during inflation. And yes, it's true, senators have a pocket filled by Big-Pharma. That is very true, and it's been documented over and over again. But we cannot let all those headlines deter us from the one thing that we know the most. We need the medications just as much as Happy the elephant needs her freedom. If you want to go there. Now, I think the zoo culture is under attack. I mean, I think because clearly it is. But I hope that she gets to stay there and she just lives out the rest of her life. And yes, people can still have joy seeing her. Kids can still have joy seeing her. But if you want to talk about the fundamental of all of this, it's the freedom to just be. And there are so many factors when they report on different, vaccines that are approved or not approved. And there's so many different things of FDA recall this or FDA approves this. I mean, people are watching all of this. And they're scared shitless. Are they not? That they may not they may not be able to afford any of their medication because of Big Pharma, because of the shortages, because of inflation. But we must have a different message to adapt to all of this and inspire people to not be afraid. I look at my supply sometimes. I say, I'm running low. What do I do? What do I do? Do I sacrifice my health? Do I sacrifice my health until the bags come in? Until I can get the catheters? Or do I just say, I will use my devices needed with the prayer that more comes in? And so, yes, I'm talking about my own internal feelings and the feeling of excitement I get when these supplies come in and renew faster than I expect sometimes. But that's because of two different things here. I really recommend Convatec. I think they are incredible. I think they are, Amazon, it's affordable on Amazon. $35 a box for ostomies or less or more. I don't know. Yeah, that's you got to decide. But check out Convatec. Of course, Coloplast. But the other one that we've been relying on a lot is low-cost medical supply. And you know what? I ordered medical supplies. I ordered catheters from low-cost medical. And they are in my room right now. I'm looking at them right now. So, at Low Cost Medical on Twitter, at Convatec, you guys are doing something right. Amazon Prime is doing something right. You know why? Because they can give you what you need in a quick delivery time. And that's huge for medical devices. I can't tell you what insurance to use, but if you don't have insurance, be inspired to, after this as we're getting out of this pandemic, and I feel like we always say we're getting out of this pandemic, but be inspired to look again. Be inspired to even look for work again. Be inspired to figure out how Medicaid can work for you also. But supply-wise, I would definitely go to Low Cost Medical and Convatec for what you need in the ostomy and other healthcare. I can't speak on any other supplies because I don't deal with them. But I know a handful of people that could probably benefit from just knowing that there is someone out there. Low Cost Medical, Convatec. There are brands, there are marketplaces out there for people with health needs that are afraid of the shortage. Don't be afraid. Don't let the narrative, the news headlines tell us anything different. Just live life. Use every medical device you need and pray and work to get. That's the other thing. Don't just sit on it another day. Work to get more supplies. Don't let the fear of maybe not getting on time bother you. Just order it. Don't sit on it. And continue to use the supplies you have on hand. It's the biggest change of trajectory I could think about. Use the supplies you have on hand. Do not conserve. Our health is not meant to be. Our health needs are not meant to be put on the shelf. And damn it, I'm learning that every day. Every day for the last few months, every day for the last few years, I continue to learn it. I'm 30, but I'm still learning it. Our health is not to be shelved. Not even a supply chain shortage should shelve our health. Let me say that again. Not even a supply chain shortage should shelve our healthcare needs. I'm Alex Garrett. I do wish Happy the Elephant a peaceful life. And I do wish you a peaceful life. As affordability of all of this might look daunting to you. But trust in Him, in God, and those supplies, and the medical companies that are there for you. Separate from Big-Pharma. These are real on-the-ground people. Committed to, as low-cost medical supply says. And by the way, no one's paying to be mentioned tonight. I'm just doing this because I want you to have the best sources out there. Low-cost medical, Convatec, for your ostomy and catheter needs. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to talk about this. Because I think we're all going through how we survive day to day. And maybe just a little boost knowing there are brands out there willing to work hard and deliver the goods despite the shortages will boost your spirits just a little bit. And by the way, it is Flag Day 2022, and our flag continues to fly thanks to the men and women that defend the flag and keep us free. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.